The sponsor of this video is Massdrop, the online group buy site where people commit to buy tech items like keyboards and headphones for below their retail price. The Beyerdynamic DT880s have actually been on Massdrop multiple times, so use the link in the description to go make an account, start joining some group buys and saving money, and help support the channel at the same time. The Beyerdynamic DT880s are a professional grade level of headphones, but when you first put them on, all you can think about is how damn comfortable they are. But what else is there to say about them? So you can get these for $280 new and $190 used on Amazon. The used come from Amazon warehouse deals, which are usually pretty trusty. I got these used, and unfortunately, the sound is louder in the right ear than the left, just a little bit unbalanced, but that's not Beyerdynamic's fault. That is Amazon's fault since I bought it used, but they sold a malfunctional product without claiming it was malfunctional. So I'll be returning these to Amazon after, but I'm not going to mention that throughout this review because it's not Beyerdynamic's fault. Now, yes, they do cost a pretty penny, but what are you getting? I want to talk about the physical qualities about the DT880 Pros first because I think there's a lot to say about them, especially with this pair of headphones. Number one, the build quality is outstanding. The whole frame is made of metal, with actually all the Beyerdynamic DT headphones, and even the back of the ear cups are made of metal, so that's really impressive. And since everything connects through that metal frame, it just feels well put together, and it feels like you're not going to break it like a plastic pair of headphones would if you stretch it too much. So the build quality is really impressive, but since you're paying so much money, you should expect a build quality like that. Build quality leads us pretty well into comfort. Now, I bought them used, so they are a little bit worn in already, which is a good thing because the ear cups on the outside is a silky velour type material, but then under that material is the softest, most pliable cushion I've ever felt. When you put it on your heads, it just feels like clouds hugging your head and like you're shoving really soft pillows against your ears, and then music is somehow getting delivered through them. I can't explain it that well, but these are extremely comfortable headphones. Even the headband is pretty soft, but really the cups are where it's at in terms of comfort. And the headphones are pretty lightweight overall, so when you have them on, it is easy to just wear them for a long period of time because the ear cups are so comfortable and formed to your head, and they're not too heavy, so you're not going to get an ache on the top of your head. Now, despite the unbelievable comfort of these headphones, you might be surprised to hear that they're not that flexible at all. The ear cups have very little range of motion whatsoever. You can barely rotate them horizontally, and you get a teeny bit of vertical motion. But the headbands, because it's made out of metal, you're pretty confident just bending it almost completely flat, it's not going to break. Now, it's an interesting choice that they did that, but it makes sense. These headphones are flexible enough for any head size. No matter what head size you are, these will fit you, I guarantee you. They're not flexible enough for other uses, like the ATH-M50Xs are flexible enough to be laid flat on a table, laid flat on my neck, to be folded up and stored away in a smaller package. These can't do that, but they can fit any head, which is all you need in an at-home listening set of headphones. Now, before I talk about sound, I want to talk about what's carrying the sound, the cable. You have a 3 to 10 foot coiled cable, which means it's 3 foot compressed and 10 feet when it's totally straightened out. And I hate this. The fact it's very bulky and annoying to use. Basically, you can't use it with your phone. If you have it in your pocket, the cable's weighing the whole thing down, and it's extremely inconvenient. I wish either they included a straight cable that was shorter, maybe 4 or 5 feet, or they included a detachable cable so you could change them out. But I'm glad I brought that up because these headphones aren't meant for your phone. They have a 250 ohm impedance, which means they're hard to drive. Playing these on my phone would be a lot quieter than playing a headphone with a lower impedance like the ATH-M50Xs. Now, what's the benefit to having such a high impedance? Really, to the average consumer, there's no benefits. Maybe a little bit less noise or something, but to the average consumer, it's just an inconvenience having to use an amp in order to power these properly. And really, not many people carry a mobile amp around them with their phone, so you're limiting yourself by buying the 250 ohm version to a computer with a built-in amp or sound card that can power these properly. But I should mention that there are multiple versions available of the DT880s, including one that is only 32 ohms, which will be powered perfectly by your smartphone. So if you're going to use it on your phone, you should definitely get the lower impedance version. Now, before I talk about the actual sound signature and frequency response, I want to mention that these are semi-open headphones. Open-backed headphones have an open or vented back design. They have a wider soundstage, but then they leak noise in and out. A closed back set of headphones has a closed back, like the ATH-M50Xs, has a slightly narrower soundstage, but it doesn't leak sound out or have sound come in. Now these are semi-open. They're supposed to be the best of both worlds. They're supposed to provide some isolation of that sound, but then also have a wider soundstage. What I've found is that they do have a wider soundstage, but there's almost no noise isolation. You can still hear things outside of your headphones, and they can definitely still hear your music. So in my opinion, they might as well have made them open. I find it hard to recommend these headphones at all when you could just get the DT990s if you want an open version, or the DT770s if you want a closed version. I really don't see the benefit of trying to mix them and failing at it because there's still a ton of noise leakage. As for actual sound, the DT880s are really impressive actually. Now, I'm just an average music listener. I'm by no means an audiophile, and to test these, I used the FIO E10 desk amp and DAC in order to power them properly, and then I listened to like top 100 Spotify tracks, some electronic dance music, some country, that kind of stuff. A whole wide range of just popular music right now, because that's the type of music I listen to and most people listen to. So if you're an average consumer, this is probably good for you. So let's get into it. I mean, I really do like how they sound. Overall, their sound signature is balanced, but not perfectly balanced, but I kind of like that it's not perfectly balanced. The bass it's authoritative, it's there, you can really feel the bass, and so are the highs. The highs and the treble, they're clear, and they're really crisp, and they sound really detailed, but both of those in combination, those really good things, kind of drown out the mids a little bit. Now, me personally, I don't mind that. The mids aren't the exciting part of the type of music I listen to, so I like having a lot of bass, and I like having a lot of treble and highs, and the mids aren't as important to me, so to me, that provides a very good listening experience, and I quite like it. But if you're not the same way, then maybe not get these. But if you're just listening to music for the experience, you might want to pick these up. They're not perfectly flat, they're not perfectly balanced, but they do sound good. Conclusion time. That's it for the DT880s, that's all I have. If you're going to take something away from this video, or you're considering buying these and you still don't know yet, here's what I have to say. On the good side of things, the comfort is outstanding. The build quality is incredible, and the sound signature sounds great. But on the bad side of things, the cable is coiled. I hate that, and it's long and heavy and annoying. The impedance is really high, so unless you want to use a desk amp every time you listen to these, or a mobile amp, you should get a lower amp version, a lower impedance version, like 32 ohm, or a different set of headphones. And then the last thing I really hate about these is the semi-open design. It doesn't make sense to me. It might as well be open. I really don't know what they chose to do that. So would I recommend them? I can't even say yes to that. Honestly, if you want a closed back set of headphones with the other features of this pair of headphones, get the Beyerdynamic DT770s. If you want headphones like this but open back, get the Beyerdynamic DT990s. They're both cheaper than this, and they make a little bit more sense. But that's all I have. Let me know your thoughts on this review in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I will be returning these because of the stupid right ear thing where the music is louder in the right ear, so it's unbalanced in your head and really pisses me off. So that's unfortunate, but I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thank you for watching, and stay classy.